As we enter this weekend, domestic football returns, but what's on the horizon? It's Champions League football and match day number 5 coming at you, and I've got the latest round of predictions coming up live right here, right now. Roll VT! That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we'll take a look at match day number 5 out in the Champions League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Champions League related, Blackburn Rovers related, whoa, football related, oh, here. Hopefully, under Warowski. That's right, boys and girls. I am playing a bit of MacGyver here, as we are not using the primary machine, because we have to use the old Mac, the backup, because internet issues once again, but we made it at long last. So we're here live for match day number 5. Hello Noco Drinker, hello LG and Cow, welcome. Surprise stream, come out of nowhere, out of the thick of things. We are going to take a look at match day number 5 live. It usually is on Thursday, but today is of course Friday, and it's late in the evening, depending on wherever you are in the world. It's early evening for me. So what we're going to do is obviously take a look back at last weekend's, or last time we went down the Champions League avenue. Take a look at how we got on, folks. Here we go. If you got 0 to 5, just like me, probably you're in the red face gang. If you're in the 6 to 10 gang, that's in the straight face club. And what about 11 plus? You're in the top banana. It might be a what do we call it? A select audience today, because it doesn't seem to be many of us here. Half 10. Yeah, it is a little bit late, LG and Cow, but hey, you know what? Some people might be a few sheets to the wind. They might be a few sheets to the wind. 11:30 for Noco. Woohoo! Party time, boys. Party time. So let's take a look at how I got on. I got a straight face club, straight into it, no mucking about. So here are those predictions from the last games. PSG, they did take on Club Brugge and they won 1-0. It was a very, very close game in the end. I actually went with a 3-0 scoreline, so not too shabby on that end. Real Madrid put 6. Yes, right, 6. Past Galatasaray. I actually went with a 2-0 win myself, so got the right scoreline or the right result in the end. Bayern took care of business against Olympiakos. It was a 2-0 victory for Bayern. I actually went big on this one. 4-1 win for me for Bayern. What's his name? Pochettino did beat Red Star Belgrade in his last Champions League game. 4-0 for Spurs. I actually went with a 2-1 win myself, so again, got the right result on that one. Not too bad, a great start for me in this. That's 4 out of 4. It does get a bit wobbly here, though. Lokomotiv Moscow against Juventus. That was a 2-1 win for Juve in the end. I actually went with a 1-1 draw, so I didn't really get in there. Hello, James. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. Bayer Leverkusen did beat Atlético Madrid. I got that one bang on the flipping nose wherever I am. I don't know which camera I'm on, but anyway, bang on the flipping nose. Dinamo Zagreb and Shakhtar. There was a 3-3 draw, 6 goals in it. I actually went with a 2-1 win myself. So not too shabby on that, well, pretty shabby. Atalanta, Manchester City was a 1-1 draw. I actually tried to give it all to Atalanta in the end, but it was just a 3-2. It was a 1-1 draw in the end, so not too bad. Liverpool 2, Genk 1. I actually went with a 4-0 win for the European champions. So, yep, a little bit off the mark there, goals-wise. Napoli against Salzburg was a 1-1 draw. A lot of you guys went with Salzburg, but I actually went with a 2-1 win. For Napoli. Barcelona and Slavia Prague. That was a surprise one. There was a 0-0 draw. Actually went with a 4-1 win. Jose is back. 4-1 win for Barcelona. So I was a little off on that one, as was a number of us. Dortmund against Inter Milan was a 3-2 victory. Actually went with a 2-2 draw, so just 1 goal shy. Zenit St. Petersburg lost at home to Radensport Leipzig. Hello, football nerd. Welcome to the late show, the very, very late show. 2-0 for Leipzig. I actually went with a 2-1 for Zenit, so I got that one wrong as well. Olympique Lyon did take care of business against Benfica, 3-1. Actually with a 3-0 win for Olympique Lyon. And down there, final group, Chelsea, Ajax. Remember that 8-game thriller? 4 apiece. It should have really went to Ajax, but a whole host of calamities in that game. 3-1 for me, for Chelsea. And then Valencia did take care of business against Lille, 4-1. And actually went with a 2-0. So I'm just double checking these because I think I did better than that. No, I didn't. So I'm in the straight face gang. What about you guys? How did you get on? So let's take a little look, shall we? I'm up there with James Corden on the Late Show. He's a little bit late. So Brian Genus, you did okay for yourself. Noah Haynes, not too shabby as well. Namazaman UA and Standoff 2, that's his name. He did top banana. We've got to give him a round of applause. So well done, Nazman. Ramesh Sapkotka, he did okay for himself as well. Yannick Bustler, not too shabby. Andres Anotandis, something like that. He did okay for himself. Nightmare Seeker, not too bad as well. Denzel Tan, not too shabby as well. What about Kim Sanderson? She did all right for himself. Nasli, not too shabby. LG and Cow, how did you get on now? How did you get on, LG and Cow? Let's have a look. You did all right for yourself. Adi Petra, not too shabby. Drop Storage. Okay, No Code Drinker, you did all right for yourself as well. I'll give you guys a round of applause. Not only did you have your predictions in there as instructed, but you also showed here for the live. A very unpredictable live show. Beckham Dominic, not too bad. We Are QPR, also not too bad indeed. Couple little bad boys right at the end. Adam Celtic, he also did too bad. Football Planet, unfortunately, you and the only red-faced gang this week. So, shame, shame, shame. This is what the tables look like and the Champions League as we head into matchday number 5. PSG and Real Madrid currently heading through. Bruges going into the Europa League as it stands. Bayern and Spurs going through. As in fact, going through at the moment. Red Star Belgrade going into the Europa League if things don't change. Manchester City are dominant out in Group C. Dinamo Zagreb are in second. Donetsk not too far off. Atalanta basically need to win both their remaining games. Juventus and Atlético Madrid going through at the moment. It is a very tight race for that Europa League spot as well. Liverpool and Napoli are dominant out in their group with Salzburg again needing to win both games realistically to get any hope of making the next round. And Barcelona and Dortmund currently lead the way with Inter Milan kind of a little bit lost in the whole grand scheme of things. Again, they need to step it up over the next couple of games if they're going to get it on through. Leipzig and Lyon are going through at the moment. Zenit is hanging on in there though in third spot. And Ajax and Chelsea at the moment. In fact, Valencia, all three of them on 7 points in a very, very close Champions League group. Yeah, so let's go looking forward now, folks, to match day number 5. And those games will take place on the 26th and the 27th of November, question mark, something along those lines. Now I've got to move a few screens around here so that I can keep up with your guys' chat and also the show itself. So let's get going. And the screen may look a little bit weird. We're going to kick it all off with Galatasaray up against Club Brugge. That's right, this is out in Group A. And like I said, Galatasaray in third spot at the moment. If my memory serves me correctly, I should really have them on the screen. Just give me a minute while I bring up a Champions League group so I can have a little look. In fact, I have it already. What am I doing? I'm all over the shop. Group A, there we are. So yeah, Galatasaray struggling big time. In fact, anything but a win and they are out. So they need to beat Club Brugge, who are above them in the table. They played each other 4 times over the years. We've got already predictions in the house, which is great to see. So over the past few years, go back to 2002, it's been 0 wins for Galatasaray, 1 for Club Brugge, 3 draws along the way, including the game earlier in the season. It was a 0-0 draw back in Belgium. The bookmakers' odds, if I can find it, 6-4 for Galatasaray, 9-5 for Club Brugge, 12-5. The draw. A couple of predictions in the house. The most ever loyal folks, LG and Cow and No Code Drinker, both going for Galatasaray. LG's going with a 2-1 win for the hosts, and No Code Drinker also going with the Turkish outfit 2-0 in the end. And then for me, we're going to get straight into me. We're not going to hang around. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for Galatasaray as well. I see them getting the victory, getting the 3 points on the board, and maybe, just maybe, a lastminute.com surge into the top 2 spots. But they've got it all to do. Next up on the games of the round, folks, it is Real Madrid up against PSG. Now, they've played each other a few times over the past few years, the past 6 games, in fact. 3 wins for Real Madrid, 2 for PSG, and 1 draw along the way. Earlier in the campaign, it was a 3-0 victory for PSG over in France. And the last time they played over in Madrid, it was a 3-1 win for Madrid. So a lot of goals in these over the past few years. Each team seems to want to score a bucket load of goals. Keaton Samerle, welcome to this show. Football Nerds straight in there with his prediction. Football Nerds playing catch-up with a 2-0 win for Galatasaray in the previous game. Keaton's only straight in off the blocks. Take a little look at the bookmakers' odds on this one, if I can find it. 13 to 10 for Real Madrid, 90 to 10 for PSG, 27 to 10 the draw. So the bookmakers going with Real Madrid at home on this one. The table, obviously, with those two duking out at the top, PSG are home and dry. It looks like they're through to the knockout stages. They just want to come out on top and see if they can win the group. Let's take a look at what you guys got in the chat. Well, Keaton's Merlin was first at the blocks with a 4-1 win for PSG. LG and Cal with a 3-2 victory for PSG. And Nogo Drinker also going with PSG, despite this game being over in Spain. Carl K says, I'm not a Forest fan, mate, and I've subbed. That's the way to do it, buddy. That's the way to do it. I cover all things out here under one roof. The football nerd, those going with a 2-2 draw. Everybody, amongst everybody, is going against the grain or going with the leaders, PSG. I'm actually going to go with, don't look. I'm actually going to go with a 3-1 win for Real Madrid to get themselves moving, possibly to group winners. That's right. Surprise package there. Next up, we have Tottenham Hotspur. And if you are quick on the draw, you would have seen my prediction, so you know which way I'm going to go. This is the return, LG and Cal said it earlier, of Jose Mourinho. That's right. Back into Champions League football. He exchanges Europa League business with Manchester United for Champions League football with Tottenham. Oh my goodness. Carl K, we'll talk about Forest at the end of the Xing Shang, so hang on in there. We'll talk about them. I'll tell you what, they're pretty good. That's what I'll leave you with that for the moment. Tottenham and Olympiakos have played each other twice over the years. Last time out was a 2-2 draw over in Greece. The last time they played over in England was a 3-0 win back in 2009. Goal scorers on that day, Roman Pavlyuchenko, Corluka, and Germain Defoe. Get your predictions in nice and early. Keaton's well on top of us on this one. The record coming into this, Spurs have just lost the one game despite changing their manager as well. Pochettino at the door. That loss was against Liverpool back in October. Olympiakos come into this 2 defeats in the past 5 games as well, losing to Bayern on 2 occasions. So looking good in the league for Olympiakos. The bookmakers' odds, let's take a look at that right now. 7 to 20 on for Tottenham, so red hot favourites at home. 8 to 1 the long shots to Olympiakos, 4 to 1 the draw. We do have some predictions in the house. Keaton's Merley was in there with a 4-0 win for Spurs. The football nerds also going with Spurs as well, 3-0 in the end. Noco Drinker siding with Spurs, 4-1 demolition. And LG and Cal also going big with a 4-1 win. Carl K also going with a 2-0 win for Olympiakos. That's brave. That is very, very brave. A win for Spurs, what would that do them? That would shoot them to 10 points and over the line into the next round. For me, I think I already did it. If you were quick enough, I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for Tottenham Hotspur. They'll get it. Jose will get the 3 points, and he'll be looking like a saviour already. Next up, we have in the same group is Red Star Belgrade up against Bayern. Obviously, Bayern looking absolute bits right now, and this has actually got a little bit of a kick to it. Could Pochettino be the boss of Bayern? Yeah, leading, exchanging one Champions League endeavour for another. My feeling on that is I don't think he's going to get the job. I think I've read somewhere he's going to get the job in September or the summer after the Euros and all this kind of good stuff. He'll give him a chance to learn the language, get himself acclimatized and all that kind of good stuff. Take over from Hansi Flick. After, no matter what goes on, he'll come in and do the job in the summer. That's my understanding, but we'll have to wait and see if that happens. Get predictions in. Elgin Cal's in there nice and early with his prediction. So is Cal K. We'll take a look at you guys in a minute. Previous record between these two sides, they played each other twice in all competitions over the years. Last time out was a 3-0 win over in Germany. The last time they played over in Belgrade was a 3-2 win for Bayern as well back in 2007. I think there might have been a Europa League game, I'm not too sure. Miroslav Klose on the day with a couple of goals and Tony Kroos. The bookmakers' odds, what do they think about this one? They go with 17 to 2 for Red Star, 3 to 10 on for Bayern, 9 to 2 the draw. We do have some predictions in the house. Let's take a look at what you guys got going for me. Who was first? Who was first at the blocks? It was no co-drinker with her. In fact, where are we? We're LG and Cal with a 2-1 win for Bayern. Carl K with a 6-2 win for Bayern as well. No co-drinkers go with a 5-0 win for the Bavarians. And Keaton Zamora with a 3-2 win for Bayern in the end. Obviously, Bayern already home and dry. They're through to the next round. They should stick another 3 points in the locker in this game as well. And I'm actually going to go with a 2-1 squeaky bum away day victories for Bayern, and that'll take another 3 points. And again, looking good to top the group. out in Group, whatever this is, B. Next up, we have Premier League champions, Manchester City. Yes, having a bit of rough time of it over in the Premier League, but their Champions League form looks okay at the moment. They come into this taking on Shakhtar Donetsk, and they played each other 5 times over the past few seasons. 4 wins for Manchester City, 1 win for Shakhtar Donetsk. The football nerds coming in with a late one with a 3-1 win for Bayern. So only 1 win for Shakhtar the past 5 times. That victory was, when was that? Back in 2017 in Shakhtar. Now, the last time that they played in Manchester was a 6-0 demolition just last season in the Champions League. And earlier in the campaign, Manchester City did pick up a 3-0 victory against Shakhtar on their own turf as well. Coming into this, Manchester City haven't won a game in 2. They've drawn against Atalanta, and they lost against Liverpool last time out. They will come into this after the Chelsea game, so we'll have to see about that. Shakhtar Donetsk, though, unbeaten in 5, including that draw against Dinamo Zagreb earlier in the Champions League, so last time out. So they're looking good form-wise, so they might fancy their chances up against Manchester City. The bookmakers' odds go 5-1 on for Manchester City, 13-1 for Donetsk, and 6-1 the draw. What you guys got in the chat? Lelgy and Cal with a 6-0 win for Manchester City. Keaton's with a 5-0 win as well. Kyle Cave's going with a 2-1 win for Shakhtar, going against the grain there, and No Code Drinker with a 3-1 win for Manchester City. Well, what am I going to go with on this one? Obviously, Manchester City are a strong unit playing at home. No questions asked here. This is going to be a stone-cold home win with a 4-0 win for Manchester City. Another 3 points in the bag. And that, if I can take a little look at the situation, that puts us 13 points home and dry, go through as champions. So no matter what happens in the other game between Atalanta and Dinamo Zagreb. Now, they've only played each other 1 time over the years, and that was last time out in Zagreb. It was a 4-0 win for the Croatians on this one. So Atalanta got it all to do in this one. Coming into this, though, Atalanta have had a bit of a rough form since their 7-1 win over Udinese back in the end of October. They've not won a game. They've drawn against Napoli, they've drawn against Manchester City, and they've drawn against Sampdoria, and also lost to Cagliari. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Zagreb are unbeaten in 5 games coming into this. 3 wins domestically, and the 2 draw against Donetsk, and also a draw against Split as well. So it's going to be a tough one to call this one. Obviously, Atalanta's not the best form, and Zagreb coming into this in a better form. But ultimately, Atalanta are a stronger side, and they should get the better of them in the end. Victor Kovac is in there with a prediction. We'll take a little look at him in just a second. But the bookmakers' odds go 8-13 on for Atalanta, 17-4 for Zagreb, 31-10 the draw. So what have you guys got for me in the chatteroony? We do have Carl K with a 1-0 win for Atalanta. Elgin Cow with a 2-2 draw. Victor Kovac has gone with a 2-1 win for Dinamo. Keaton Zamona's gone with a 2-1 win for Dinamo as well. No Code Drinker with a 2-2 draw. Everyone's going around about the same sort of lowish sort of scoreline on this one. For me, I'm actually going to go with a 2-0 win. I'm sorry, Victor, with a victory for Atalanta. Get themselves up and moving, and possibly a win for them. What would that do to them? They're currently struggling. That put them up to 4 points. Still got a lot of work to do, but it would leave that last week a 3-horse race for the second spot. So it'll be all to do. I don't know who has Manchester City, but whoever does, they will be looking at the least likely to qualify. Moving forward, we have Lokomotiv Moscow up against Bayer Leverkusen. They played each other twice over the past few years. And they're both actually a win apiece. Actually, last time out in Leverkusen, Lokomotiv Moscow picked up the victory. It was a 2-1 win. And back in 2014, over in Moscow, Bayer Leverkusen picked up the win. It was a 3-1 win in the end. It looks like it might have been a friendly back in 2014. Goal scorers on that day, nobody. No one have any super duper interest. Coming into this, the form for both sides. Lokomotiv Moscow just a 1 win out of 6. Bayer Leverkusen 3 wins out of 4. So they're looking the better and the more stronger side at the moment. But it is over in Russia, and it's a long way to travel for everybody whenever they go over there. Bookmakers odds 49-20 for Lokomotiv Moscow, 23-20 for Bayern. So actually, the visitors are the favourites. 12-5 the draw on this one. So interesting. What's the situation out in this group? Why have I gone there? Well, I've skipped a whole bunch of groups here. So I should realistically be looking at group E. So we've jumped a couple of groups here. We're into Group D right now. I don't know what's going on. No, we're right. We're right. I'm just confused. So Lokomotiv Moscow sits with third spot with 3 points on the board. Leverkusen fourth with 3 points on the board. A win for either side gets them back into the hunt for this spot. We got some predictions in the house. We have Keaton Zamoni with a 3-1 win for the Germans. LG and Cal with a 2-1 win for the Germans as well. Carl K was going with the Moscows. 3-0 in the end. Noko Drinker with a 2-1 win for Moscow. And Victor Kovac is going with a 2-1 win. Sorry, a 1-1 draw. Sorry, for the teams there. For me, if I can get to it, I'm actually going to go with a 1-1 draw as well, Victor. We're on the same wavelength this time around. Next up, we have the heavyweights. Is Juventus up against Atlético Madrid. Whatever was on the thumbnail, you can ignore that because that was just a bit of a tease. It might be close to the money. So looking at this, they've played each other a few times over the past few years as well. Only one win for Juventus, 3 wins for Atlético Madrid, and 2 draws along the way. Earlier in the campaign, when they played over in Spain, it was a 2-2 draw. The last time they played over in Italy, I think, was the 3-0 win for Juventus. The bookmakers, what do they think on this one? This is a mouth-watering game as well. What have they got? I can't see it. The bookmakers' odds. There we are. Nope. Where is it? It's 23-20 for Juventus. The victory, 27-10. The visitors, 11-5. The draw. What you guys got for me in the chat? Well, we have a couple of predictions. Elgin Cow with a 4-3, 7-goal thriller in favour of Juventus. Kalke with a 4-2 win for Juve. Keaton Zamoni with a 2-1 win for Juve as well. Noko Drinkers playing it cautious with a 1-0 win for Juventus as well. If I drop myself down into the old thing, I'm going to go with a 3-1 win as well. I'm going to give it to Juventus at home. And again, that victory would do absolute bits for Juventus. Where are they? They sit 10 points on the board. They're already through, I think. Yep, and this would put them through as champions. Well, hello there, Nathan Heaver. It must be, I have no idea what time it is over in New Zealand, buddy. And I have no clue, but welcome to the stream. Yep, it is a surprise one. Yeah, I know, it was supposed to be yesterday, but we're here now. We are here now. So moving forward into the next group, we've got Liverpool up against Napoli. This is another mouth-watering game. We've got plenty of them this time around. They've played each other a few times over the past 9 years. 3 victories for Liverpool, 3 victories for Napoli. It's that close. Earlier in the campaign, Napoli did beat Liverpool. I think it was the first Champions League game, wasn't it? It's a 2-0 win over in Italy. The last time they played over in Liverpool was a 3-0 win for Napoli. That's right. It was a friendly earlier in the season. If you want to take a look at the last game they played, that actually meant something in the Champions League at Anfield. It was a 1-0 win as well. Well, hello, Anoma, Ernest. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Bookmakers' odds on this one. Let's take a look at what they think will happen on this cracker. Where are you? Where are you? I can't see it. I can't see the odds. Oh, we're on the second screen now. That's why. 7-4 or 4-7 on for Liverpool, 90-4 for Napoli, 16-5 the draw. What you guys got in the chat? What you guys got for me? Noko Drinker with a nope. That's he went with a 2-0 win for Juve in the previous one. Keaton Zamoni with a 2-1 win for Napoli. Elgin Cab with a 2-2 draw. Victor Kovac is going with a 3-1 win for the European champs. Noko Drinker with a 2-1 win as well. Nathan Heaver's going same scoreline as Victor with a 3-1 win, as is Jay McCasco with a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Carl K going with a 2-1 win for Liverpool, perhaps on this one as well. Liverpool played Napoli at Murrayfield in the summer. That's the scoreline that I mentioned earlier, the friendly. Yep. Anoma Ernest with a 2-something special against Napoli. He's given it his crack at the whip. For me, though, I'm actually going to go with a 3-1 win as well, same as Nathan Heaver, same as, who else got in there with a 3-1 win? Victor Kovac as well. We're on the same wavelength tonight, boys and girls, all this morning, wherever you are in the world. Also in the same group, we have Genk up against Salzburg. These two sides have only played the one time, and that was earlier in the campaign. It was a 6-2 win for Salzburg in the end. Coming into this, though, Genk unbeaten, or haven't won a game in 4 attempts. Drawing against Antwerp, losing against Eupen, losing against Liverpool, and losing against their similar named fellas, Ghent. So, yeah, pretty tough stuff. Salzburg on the flip side, taking no prisoners. They look absolutely unstoppable at the moment. Unbeaten in 5, picking up a draw against Napoli, away from home along the way as well. Picking up a lot of goal-scoring victories, big scoring victories in the Austrian league. So they look the part, could be the dark horses for this group. What is the situation in the group? For them to qualify. A win against Genk will put them on 7 points into the final game which I believe it's against. Is it, who are they playing in the last game? Who are they playing in the last game? I'm intrigued now to see how Salzburg get on. They take on Liverpool. Whoa, they could do it. They could surprise us all with a victory. What you guys got in the chat on this one? Lokomotiv Genk with a 4-2 win for Salzburg. Elgin Kow's going with Salzburg as well with a 3-1 win. Keaton Zameli, same scoreline with a 3-1 win. Jay Makakos with a 4-1 win for Salzburg. Nathan Heber, 4-2 Salzburg. Victor Kovac with a 2-1 win for Salzburg. Everybody's going for Salzburg. I've got to buck the trend. Did I give you the bookmakers odds on this? I'll tell you right now. It's 7-2 for Genk, 6-4 on for Salzburg, 10-3 the draw. I'm going with, I think I'm going against the grain. I'm going against it all, folks. Going with a 2-1 win for Genk. Yep. When I looked at them numbers there, I thought, you know what, I should go for Salzburg, and you guys are also convincing me to go the other way. Onoma Ernst is going with Salzburg as well, it looks like, or Genk, perhaps. But anyway, yeah, I'm bucking the trend. I just think, you know what, there's a lot of support behind Salzburg these days. There's always a spanner in the works, and on this occasion, it's going to be Genk. Next up, we have Barcelona up against Dortmund in a very, very tight group. This one's still wide open. Barcelona lead the way with 8 points. Dortmund is in second spot with 7, and Inter have 4 points so far. A win for Inter and a defeat for Barcelona would close the gap a little bit, but it would, in fact, a draw in this game would put them on 9 points. Inter Milan, if they were to pick up a victory, put them on 7, it would go to the final game. They've met each other just the one time. That was earlier in the campaign, and it was a 0-0 draw over in Germany. Coming into this, Barcelona have actually won 3 out of the past 5. Same can be said for Dortmund, 3 out of the past 5. They've got the same sort of records coming into this, but Dortmund, actually, their last game prior to this match was against Bayern. They lost that 4-0, and they will also play. In fact, it says the 22nd. They played tonight. Hot off the press. 3-3 draw. Well done, Cameron Tran. In there with a 3. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Oh my goodness, I've been stopped in the tracks. It's like suddenly the stream has awoken. There's a load of people in on this now. Elgin Cow with a 3-2 win for Barcelona. Nathan Heber with a 3-0 win as well. Noko Jenko with a 2-1 win for Barcelona. Jim Makakos 25D with a 2-1 win for Dortmund. Vico Kovac with a 3-0 win for Barcelona as well. Keaton Zamoni 3-2, 5-goal thriller. Carmen Tran told me about the 3-3, but next week Barcelona will win 2-1. It said on there. And Dutch Kickers with a 1-0 win for the away team, which is Dortmund. And Onoma Ernest with a 3-1 win for Barca. I think I'm going with Barcelona on this one. Going to go with a 3-0 win. Big scoreline. Next up, we have Slavia Prague is in the same group up against Inter Milan. Now, coming into this, they played each other just the one time. That was earlier in the campaign. It was a 1-1 draw over in Italy. Now, this game is now over in the Czech Republic. So it's going to be a little bit of a task for them. I'm just stunned about that 3-3 draw with Dortmund and Paderborn. I'm absolutely stunned. Coming into this, Slavia Prague have actually won 3 of the past 4 games. The other one was a draw, and that was against Barcelona. So they've seemed to have stepped it up when they played the big boys. Inter Milan come into this, 1 defeat out of the past 5. 3 wins domestically, and that loss against Dortmund last time around. The bookmakers' odds with Slavia Prague against Inter Milan go in favour. 41-20 for Slavia Prague, basically 2-1 when you break that down, and 27-20 for Inter Milan away from home. They are favourites. The Internazionale are favourites. 47-20 as well for the draw. So yes, Slavia Prague. 2 points on the board. A win will put them onto 5 points. Depending on what goes on in the other game, that would give them a chance to maybe squeeze into the knockout stages. But realistically, they're up against it. Really up against it on this one. What we got in the chat, we've got Victor Kovac with a 2-0 win for Inter Milan. Nathan Heber with a 2-1 win as well for Internazionale. No Kodrinka siding with the Italians as well with a 1-0 win. 1-1 draw for LG and Cal. That could be a safe bet. Keaton Zamoni with a 5-1 win for Internazionale. Onoma Ernest with a 2-1 win for Inter. Paderborn should have won it outright. Second half, 3-0 down with stoppage time. Equaliser. Well. Victor Kovac, we got 3 predictions, the same score, and I'm just here for... I know, if you were here all the time, Victor, you'd be all there. You'll be all there, Chief. So I'm going to go with... What did you go with, Victor? I just want to check. I'm just checking you out. Where are you? 2-0 win for Inter. Devante Caprice with a 3-2 win for Inter Milan as well. Just want to check out Victor's here, see if he's got my notes. I'm going to go with I'm going with a 2-1 win. Going with a 2-1 win for Inter Milan on this one. Same as an Omar. We're on the same wavelength. Same as Nathan Heaver. Once again, he has my notes. He knows me. He knows the drill. So that's the result out in Group F. Let's move it forward to Group G. And it will be Zenit St. Petersburg up against Lyon. Out in Russia, this bad boy. And they played each other 4 times over the years. 2 wins for Zenit, 1 win for Lyon, 1 draw along the way. The earlier in the campaign, they did meet in France. It was a 1-1 draw. The last time, and the one and only time I can see, they played over in Russia. It was a 3-1 win for Zenit back in 2015. The Hulk was on the score sheet, as was Danny Boy and Zuba back in the day. Lacazette was on the score sheet for Lyon 4 years ago. Bookmakers odds on this one, 7-5 for Zenit, 37-20 for the away team, 5-2 the draw. So it's looking like a victory for Zenit. I think that's what it's favouring. What you guys got from me in the chat here? Devante with a Elgin Cow with a 2-1 win for the Frenchies. Yep, me and Nathan 3 out of 4. No Kodrinka with a 1-1 draw. Victor Kovac with a 2-1 win for Zenit. Devante Caprice with a 2-2 draw. Keaton Zameli with a 2-1 win for Lyon. Nathan Neves going 2-0 win for Zenit. Brendan Shaw, welcome to the show, Brendan Shaw. 3-1 win for Lyon. And Unoa Onest with a 2-1 win for Zenit. I'm just seeing the boys, seeing what their predictions. I gave you the odds. I'm going to go with. Oh, don't look. I'm going with a 1-1 draw in the end. Zenit. Who got that one? Anyone got that one? Noko Drinker got that bad boy. He knows what he's talking about. Does Noko? He's got it all to do this week. So yep, you guys. Not on this one. Not on this watch. If you're quick enough, you may have saw my prediction for the Leipzig one because I got trigger happy with the Mac. Next up, we have Radensport Leipzig. It's none of this Red Bull Leipzig business. It's Radensport Leipzig. If you want to be a little bit cool, you can call it RB Leipzig. I got told off a couple of times by some German fellas. It's Rasensport Leipzig. Up against Benfica, now they played each other twice over the years. Earlier in the campaign, over in Portugal, was a 2-1 win for Leipzig. However, when they did play in Germany in a friendly back in 2017, it was 2-0 win for the Leipzigans. Coming into this, the bookmakers' odds. What do they have? They have 2-1 on for Leipzig to win at home, 11-2 for Benfica, 10-3 the draw. Leipzig currently top the pops out of this group, first spot on the table, 9 points on the board. Who are they up against? Up against Benfica. Benfica have got 4 points on the board so far. 3 defeats out of 4 in the Champions League. Whereas you just flip those numbers around, it's 3 wins out of 4. For Leipzig. Coming into this, well, we have a few predictions on the chat. We have Nathan Heaver with a 4-1 win for Leipzig, not 2-1. Unoa Onest, you must have got my Unoa Onest with a 3-0 win for Leipzig. Elgin Cow with a 3-2 win for Leipzig as well. Victor Kovac with a 3-1 win as well for Leipzig. Devante Caprice 1-0 for Leipzig. Keaton Zameli with a 2-0 win. Brenda Shaw's gone big with a 6-3 win for Leipzig in the end. Noko Drinker with a 2-0 win as well. And Jaden Cook is going with a 3-0 win for Leipzig. I'm going with, you already know, it's 2-1. You already knew it because you saw it. It was stupid. Next up, in the final group, it is Group H, and it is Valencia up against Chelsea. Now, this is a 3-way tie at the moment. 7 points on the board. Lille on the flip side, 6 points on the board, so they can't really... There is maybe a mathematical chance they get into this consideration, but some crazy voodoo stuff would have to go on for them to go through. What do you mean, Brenda? Where are you putting question mark? Where are you putting question mark? What did I say? 6-goal thriller, whatever, 9-goal thriller. 9-goal thriller. So anyway, Valencia up against Chelsea in this group. Let's play each other. Let's take a little look at the stats now coming into this. They played each other 6 times over the past, 12 years. 1 win for Valencia, 3 wins for Chelsea, 2 draws along the way. Earlier in the campaign over in London, it was a 1-0 win for Valencia. Back last time they played over in Spain, it was a 1-1 draw back in 2011. So it's fine margins here. The last time Valencia picked up the victory was over in fact, the last time they played it in Spain, it was a 1-1 draw. Get my numbers right. The bookmakers' odds on this one, what do they see? They see 19-10 for Valencia, 27-20 for Chelsea. Very fine sort of odds there. Very could go either way. 13-5 draw. What do you guys got in the chat? So this is even Stevens, this group. Everyone has 7 points besides Lille. So Keaton Zameli with a 3-3 draw. Nathan Heaver with a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Obviously, he's going to back his boys. Elgin Cow with a 1-1 draw. Noko Drinker with a 3-0 win for Chelsea as well. Jaden Cook with a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Brenda Shaw, 6-goal thriller once again. 4-2 win for Chelsea. And I'm honest with a 2-2 draw. Devante Caprice, 3-3 Draw for Devante Caprice. Victor Kovac, I just want to say that I'm following you from Croatia and you're doing really good. Keep it going. And I'm a Dinamo Zagreb supporter. Well, thank you, Victor. I do appreciate it. Why were you late to stream? Why was I late to stream? Well, I was supposed to. I'm very late, considering I was meant to be yesterday. And my work is usually I work evenings in the US of A, which means I would stream before I go to work. But this week I've been working a lot of earlies, so I was going to stream late, and it didn't work last night. So now we're here today. Edson Gaming Jr., welcome. Alfonso Faria with a 3-2. Oh, he's skipping ahead of me. Edson Gaming with a 2-2 draw for Chelsea. Well, I'm still here. If you guys are still here, let me know in the chat. I'm going to try and say something. Hello? Are we good? I don't know what went on there. Anybody there? Hello? Is there anybody there? I need you to say hello to see if you are still there. Could be just you and I, a couple of us, a couple little stragglers. How terrible is that? How terrible is this? I don't know. I've got to call the internet people and give them a bit of a piece of my ear. Anyway, let's wrap this sucker up. 2-1. I think I'm going with Ajax on this one. What do you guys get me? Let me see what you guys got before we wrap this baby up and take a little look at the tables. I have no idea what went on there. Completely clueless. So I do apologise. Running away from you. I've got to do a bit of an edit on that one. So yeah, let's take a look at your chat skis then. I need to pop out the chat here while I take a little look at your numbers. So what you guys got? Nathan Heber is in there with a 2-1 win for Ajax. Well done. Yes, just like me. I know Coach Drink is also going with Ajax as well. I do appreciate that. Yep. Yeah. Goodness me. Okay, we're gonna wrap this baby up before the thing wiggles out of me in again. Brendo Show with a 4-1 win for Ajax. See what I mean, Brendo? That's why I couldn't do it yesterday, because the internet is doing my head in. Yes, and tomorrow we're supposed to be doing a live watch along with Blackburn Rovers against Barnsley. So I don't know how that's going to go. That's a good stat there. LG and Cal, a good thing to bear in mind. I'm going to give it to Ajax though. Lille have been pretty terrible this whole campaign, so I see that continuing, and I see Ajax getting on through. So let's just say between you and us, whoever managed to stick it on through to the end, let's just say these predictions that I come up with here on the screen come through. This is what the table would look like. Or the tables would look like. Should be Barnsley. Yes, I agree, Nathan. So these are what the tables would look like. PSG would be through. Real Madrid would be pretty much mathematically, maybe a small chance for Real Madrid to slip up. But basically, no, they would be through. So it would be PSG and Real Madrid going through. It would be Bayern and Spurs going through as well, with Jose in charge. In Group C, Manchester City would be over the line, but it'd still be all up for grabs for the second spot in this game, in this group. Juventus would be also the line, and it looks like very, very close to Atlético Madrid being over the line as well in that group. Meanwhile, Liverpool would be over the line, and Napoli would also be over the line with these results if it goes this way. Next up, we have Barcelona. Sorry, there was a feather or a hair on the screen, and it was doing my nutting. Barcelona would go through, and then it would be down to Inter Milan and Borussia Dortmund to duke it out for that final spot. Whatever letter we're at now. Leipzig would also be over the line, and Olympic Lyon will just about be there as well, with 1 point shy or a goal difference separating them. And then the final group, Ajax would be over the line, and it would go down to the wire. Chelsea and Valencia duke it out for that final spot. Thoughts on Mourinho? Well, let me flip that around a little bit on you, Nathan. What do you think? Obviously, he came to the Premier League originally with Chelsea. What do you think about him managing Spurs? Let me know. Get typing quickly. My thoughts on Jose. I'm glad he's back in the Premier League. He's a good character. I think if he was to go to the French league or the German league, he wouldn't have had that sort of attitude, arrogance, and all that kind of good stuff, which we love. We love it over here. Love it in the Premier League. So I'm happy he's back, and I think he'll do okay for Spurs. I'm not saying they're going to go win the title. I think they'll get themselves back in order. They'll get into the top four race. They'll also compete for some silverware eventually. It might not be this year. Did you see Kyle Walker in goal for Manchester? That was a while back. He is good at winning trophies, but not good long term. Yeah, it's a good short-term fix, maybe 2-3 years. He will not be promoting your youth, that sort of stuff. So if you've got those expectations, then unfortunately that's not going to be working out. But anyway, folks, I'm going to get out of here before this bad boy wiggles out of me. I do appreciate you coming through despite the technical snafus and sticking around. And yes, I do apologize that it's late, delayed, and all that kind of good stuff. But hopefully we'll be back. What I do want to let you guys know is that the next round of championship predictions will be live on Sunday, and then we'll have Premier League matches on Tuesday. Or I think we're going to go for Tuesday. So make sure you stick around for those bad boys. I'll put some little things on the channel in the next day or so to remind you that we're going to be live. I do appreciate it. Have a good evening. Have a good and all that good stuff. If you're bored, come check me out on Twitch. It could work out. It might work out. It might not work out. But anyway, it could have, yeah, looking forward to this weekend. Looking forward to Jose's return in the Premier League. And hopefully we'll have some goals to look forward to. See you all very, very soon. Be sure to smash the thumbs up. Smash the subscribe if you are new and you stumbled across this for the first time. It's not always like this. I'll get this internet sorted out. You watch. You watch. I'll see you all very, very soon. Until then, I'm going to roll the outro. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date. All things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.